In the bustling city's elite business circle, Julian Sterling was a name that represented calmness, precision, and absolute authority. As the young president of Sterling Enterprise, he was always quiet and reserved. He rarely smiled, kept a safe distance from all social interactions, and devoted almost all his time to expanding the group's business. To everyone around him, Julian was powerful, distant, and untouchable. Many people tried to approach him, hoping to gain his favor or cooperation, yet he never gave anyone special attention. His world had always been orderly, cold, and unchanged for years. No one knew that deep in his heart, there was a faint, persistent moonlight that had never faded, a girl he had silently remembered for 7 years. Elaine Brooks was that gentle moonlight. 7 years ago, before she went overseas for further study, she was the only person who could easily calm Julian's restlessness. Unlike the glamorous and calculating people in the upper-class circle, Elaine was soft-tempered, sincere, and low-key. She never pursued fame or wealth, and she treated everyone with gentle kindness. At that time, Julian was still struggling to stabilize the family business under huge pressure. He was young, aggressive, and often exhausted by cruel workplace competition. It was Elaine who always stayed beside him quietly, encouraging him when he was frustrated, listening to him when he was tired, and reminding him to take care of himself when he buried himself in work. Their youthful bond was simple and pure. There were no exaggerated promises or intense passion, only trivial warmth and long-term companionship. Just as their feelings were gradually settling and growing deeper, Elaine received an elite overseas study offer. After careful consideration, she chose to leave, hoping to enrich herself and return one day as a more mature and independent person. Before leaving, she did not ask Julian to wait for her, nor did she make any grand farewells. She simply said softly that if fate allowed, they would meet again someday. After Elaine left, Julian never took the initiative to start any new relationship. He turned all his time and emotion into motivation for work. He became more calm and rigorous, gradually growing into the most powerful leader in the industry. Everyone thought he was born cold-hearted, but only he knew. His heart had reserved the softest corner for the girl who once warmed his tough youth for 7 years. He kept all her old photos and messages, never deleting them, never disturbing them, just guarding that faint moonlight silently. 7 years later, the city's top international business summit officially opened, gathering industry elites from all over the world. Julian, as the core guest, Saturday in the front row, calm and dignified as always, when the host introduced the newly returned international design consultant, Elaine Brooks, who had won multiple overseas industry awards. Julian's fingertips frowned slightly. For the first time in many years, his steady heartbeat lost its usual rhythm. When Elaine walked onto the stage, the whole venue fell into brief amazement. She was no longer the simple youthful girl of 7 years ago. After years of overseas tempering, she was elegant, calm, and confident. Her temperament was gentle yet powerful, humble yet poised. She spoke fluent professional terms, shared unique design concepts, and responded sharply and steadily to on-site questions. Her every move was graceful and convincing. Julian stared at her quietly, his cold eyes gradually softening. Time had polished her into an outstanding and independent woman, but it never changed the gentleness hidden in her eyes. After the speech, countless people took the initiative to contact Elaine, hoping to cooperate or get close to her. She responded politely to everyone, maintaining a proper sense of distance, just like Julian. After the summit ended, Julian took the initiative to stop her in the quiet corridor. The bustling crowd faded away, leaving only the two of them under the soft, warm light. He looked at her steadily, his voice low and slightly hoarse, different from his usual indifferent tone. "Welcome back, Elaine." Elaine paused, turned around, and met his gaze. A faint smile bloomed on her lips. She was not surprised to see him. In fact, she had been paying attention to his growth and achievements overseas all these years. Long time no see, Julian. Their conversation was simple, without exaggerated excitement or redundant words. After 7 years of separation, they were both mature and calm, but the tacit understanding between them never faded. they could still feel the unique sense of familiarity and trust that belonged only to each other. Julian knew clearly that his long-awaited Moonlight had finally returned to his world. After returning to the city, Elaine joined an international design institution and quickly gained a firm foothold in the industry with her outstanding strength. She was busy with work every day, independent and self-disciplined, living a steady and wonderful life. Julian never disturbed her abruptly. He did not use his identity to create opportunities arbitrarily, nor did he express his feelings hastily. He respected her rhythm and guarded her quietly, just like 7 years ago. He would appear beside her appropriately when she encountered work difficulties, providing accurate and effective industry suggestions. He would quietly help her resolve trivial workplace troubles that she did not notice. He would attend her design exhibitions silently, applaud her achievements, and watch her shine on her own stage. He never overstepped, never pressured, only gave the most gentle and reliable protection. Elaine could clearly feel his long-term and sincere tenderness. She knew that his cold appearance was just a disguise for years of struggle. Under his indifferent surface, he had always been the boy who remembered every detail of their past. He never forgot her preferences, never forgot her words, and never forgot the promise of reunion she had left 7 years ago. One night after Elaine's successful design exhibition, they walked side by side on the quiet riverside street. The night breeze was gentle, and the neon lights reflected softly on the water. Julian finally spoke out the feelings he had hidden for 7 years. "I have never waited for anyone for so long," he said earnestly, "but waiting for you has never been a burden. For 7 years, every time I walked forward steadily, it was because I knew my Moonlight would return one day." Elaine's eyes turned soft. She looked at him and smiled gently. "I kept my promise. I came back." Julian's cold brows finally completely relaxed. He reached out gently, carefully holding her hand, as if holding the most precious light in his life. "Then let me keep this Moonlight for the rest of my life." Their love was never impulsive attraction. It was the perseverance of long-distance separation, the waiting of years, the mutual growth, and the final destined reunion. The cold and powerful president, who had no weakness in the business world, reserved his whole life's tenderness for his returning white Moonlight. And the outstanding and independent woman finally returned to the person who had always kept her in his heart. From youthful encounter to adult reunion, their love spanned time and distance, quiet, steady, and eternal.